All right, yo, we're back from London town with our boy Billy Body. K100 Hot News. What you got? Boom.
Yeah, so I mean, the story of the week is about to break. So I believe you spoke about it before I came on with the CM Punk going on his Instagram or Snapchat story or whatever it was, talking about this booking situation and whatnot. So there's no point rehashing that. I'll talk about that on my podcast this week. So the other thing that I had on my list that I wanted to actually lead with was this whole Rhea Ripley situation. Wanted to get your guys' take especially because you guys are from the same time as Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash is one of the most outspoken people about this. And he's like, you need the fans. You're nothing without them. You'll miss them. They make you who you are. He reckons that he signs and stops and does everything. And we also saw Mark Madden on Twitter. He's been getting a load of shit this week. He's been pretty much like going back and forth with Lance Storm, talking about how she should sign the stuff. This is my take from it, and also from speaking to a guy who's involved in doing this, because I know all the autographers in the autograph scene and whatnot, because they have private signings with the wrestlers as well. But a lot of the time, with wrestlers that don't do private signings, they need to go out onto the streets to do it because this is their living. So ultimately, I feel that the Rey Mysterio way that he dealt with it was the perfect way to deal with it. He turned around. You have to assume, I believe, that everybody's your fans. That's why they're waiting for you. And if people are waiting for you in an airport or a hotel or wherever, that you have to assume that they're fans of yours, and you have to sign an autograph, maybe two. When people are out there with these boxes of Funkos and these pictures and they want 10, 15, like I'm doing two. The perfect example, and that's probably because he's a veteran, he's a professional, he's a nice guy. Rey Mysterio handled that situation absolutely perfectly. In addition to that, in Rey's defense, not that I need to defend him for not signing all the autographs, they are under a contract with Fitterman Sports. Fitterman Sports have ruined the autograph game for these people that used to go out, get these autographs, sell them on eBay. What Fitterman Sports did, Fitterman Sports are the reason there's no WrestleMania access anymore, because they have paid out for a big fat contract, beginning with the exclusivity of The Undertaker, who, by the way, is such a now. He won't even take photos with a little kid. Like, Austin's been up to him 4 times for a photo, and this won't do it because he's signed with Fitterman Sports. Like, you know, there's no profit in a selfie. So, I mean, he's taking it really too far. But this is the thing. Fitterman Sports have got this deal. They're now losing money on it because nobody's buying the because they're charging $400 for an Undertaker signed figure. They're charging $500 for a rookie card, $350 for a John Cena. This is money that wrestling fans don't have, which is why for years cars have not advertised on wrestling shows. Like for years, Vince McMahon was like, why can't we get Ford? Why can't we get Chevrolet? Like, why can't we get the big adverts for Raw? This is why, because they don't believe the fans have that much money. So charging this much money for autographed items is just ridiculous. And they've kind of caused more people to go out onto the streets because wrestlers are not doing it. And now, because they're not making their money back, they've told people, don't sign any autographs. And I've heard from all these autographers saying they've literally seen people change. The one person who they've seen, a couple of people that don't give a Roman Reigns and Logan Paul. Logan Paul at his private airport the other day did about 10 for them, did it for everybody, signed 10 autographs each, did pictures, hugs, everything. But obviously, no one could tell Logan Paul what to do. They said they've literally seen a change in Cody Rhodes, from the Cody Rhodes that stopped and did pictures and autographs for them and did bits for them when he signed, to the way Cody Rhodes acts now, where he told them that he was only doing like 2 each for them, which I think is still reasonable. But it's just a case of me reporting the facts and reporting the changes in people. But this is all happening because of Fitterman Sports. So whatever happened with Rhea Ripley that day, Rhea Ripley previously, I believe, just like Liv Morgan, would have signed these autographs. But because of the pressure that they're being put on by Fitterman Sports, I think they've had to turn around and say, go public with it to try and put these fans off, because they're getting from both ends. If they do it, they're being criticized on social.
And I wonder if Fitterman Sports, just like they have carve out clauses in athletes where they can't ride a motorcycle or they can't go mountain climbing and shit like that. If they told the wrestlers, if we see you or somebody videotapes it, or somebody takes a picture, we find out that you're giving away free autographs, we're canceling our contract with you, and it might be a good contract. So you never know. Also,
well, they're paying an exorbitant amount of money for this because they're charging exorbitant amounts, right, Billy?
Yeah. What's that? Sorry.
Well, this is that they're paying. The Federal Sports must be paying a fortune for this deal. Is why they're charging a fortune, right? Yeah.
The exclusive cost them a fortune. Sorry, go on, Joe.
No, I wanted to interject a Cody thing real quick. That's interesting because when I went to a couple of Dynamites in Philly when he was there, literally Cody would stand inside the entrance and greet everyone that came in and handshake and take a picture and stuff. Like, so that's a lot different than what he was doing with AEW.
Yeah, but when he came into WWE, these guys have told me, because I talk to them like regularly, that Cody Rhodes has changed since he came in. So when he came in, he was doing everything at the airports, doing everything at the hotels. And as I said, before people turn around and you'll get these fans going, oh, well, you're going to side with the stalkers and that's what you do. And that. I don't do this, but I did do this. I did this in my early 20s. I never went to an airport before, but I did book into hotels and I built up my collection until I went on to Big Brother. And obviously, like in this country, Big Brother is far bigger than wrestling. We got 8 million viewers. They have 500,000 viewers. So I can't be then going into hotels and whatnot, getting my autographs. And I wasn't even doing it to sell. I was just collecting them. So I actually took I'm trying to think now, a 10, 11-year hiatus from doing it until Austin wanted to do it and get a few more bits. And we started with going to a meet and greet with Hulk Hogan at Hulk Hogan's Big Shop in 2017. So that was the first time Austin autographed a wrestler. So yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, it's a hobby for him now. We don't do the airports. If we want to meet someone in a hotel, I'll text a specific wrestler that I know, and they'll hook something up for me. Like a wrestler recently in the UK hooked up. Not only did he hook up an autograph roster, then he hooked up a breakfast with that wrestler. So this is the thing. For you guys, people that want to bury me, I don't care, because I don't need to do this kind of stuff. Like, if I want to get something, I'll go about it a different way. But I'm sticking up for these people because there are fans out there that are doing it, and there are people that are doing it for a living. That's different. But you can't on what people do for a living. If they don't want to work in Burger King and they don't want to like sweep the streets or whatever, and they have this, I think it's a skill to find out what flights people are getting from certain cities and where they're going to be, and they want to get some autographs and they want to sell them online.
Well, did you know Jackie? Did you know Jackie Johnson? Did you know Jackie?
You guys,
yeah. Because we were all cool with the guy. He would come because he would come to the bar. He'd have beers with us. He was he forged a relationship because he was a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the thing. Like these autographs, the people that do it, the one thing you got to be is you kind of got to be likable. If you're not likable, you're not like I can see like how wrestlers won't want to sign for you. But if you're likable, I've never had problems with this. You know, and it's fascinating watching this generation. Becoming like so entitled, like who was it? Sasha Banks was making us think about it, right?
Well, yeah,
like a while back, and I'm just like, really, like we were drawing like 5 times as many fans and didn't have a problem with it at all because we were appreciative. Like, wow, we're drawing this. Look at this opportunity we have here. We're making money. We're traveling the world. People think we're stars. Sign the autographs. It's like you go to the gym, you go to the hotel, you go to the show. You got plenty of time in between to do this stuff. So I was like, that's my.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm not sticking up for these people, but at the same time, I don't get why people on the hobby. It's like turning around to someone that fishes and going, "Why the f are you fishing? Like, what's the point in that? Why don't you just go and buy a fish?" Like, you can't. Right. On the hobbies that people have, they are what they are at the end of the day. And the thing is with this one. The wrestling fans have been completely priced out of it. There is no way to meet anybody unless you want to part ways with over $200. Who wants to pay $200 for Liv Morgan? Who wants to pay $200 for Lexa Bliss? Obviously, there's a market for it because people are paying it. But if you're like the normal fan and you want to have some interaction with these people, you've been completely priced out. The hotel is 5-star. They're ignoring you at the airports. They're ignoring you at the gym. Like they don't come and sign. If you go to a show, they don't come and sign there. They sign at the start of the show. The VIP package is $450. If you want to meet your favorite wrestler and you don't earn $50,000 a year. How are you supposed to do it? Like,
let me get a perfect example here. This is like the season ticket holders are getting priced out of the playoffs. Like they can't even go now because they bumped the tickets up so high. It's like your fans that have come every year and everything have like paid regular season prices. Now like these rich people come in and they get to see the playoff games. You know, which is kind of like the same model, like the way this is going. It seems like. Would you agree with that analogy?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's widespread as well. Like, because you know we like to go to, you know, Austin every season likes to get a Manchester United shirt and get it all filled up with the signatures. This season, there's 4 or 5 players he's really struggling to get. But it's like they used to do this thing. It's called the Park Up, where players park their cars and they would walk across and they would come over and they would do the kids. They've stopped that now. They've moved the barrier back a further 10 feet, and now they don't walk over and do it. So they also now don't stop at the training ground because they've been told not to stop their cars down the lanes and sign autographs at training. And also, the security say they don't sign autographs in a hotel. So if you stop every single avenue of getting one, then how are you supposed to do it? And in fact, like you force people to come to your hotel and find out where your hotel is and find out where your flight is. If this is their hobby and you make it impossible for them to do it, everybody will find a way. Because, like I said, I don't think it's a cool hobby. I'm not defending it, but I'm also not defending fishing or anything else that you do. Like, you know, if you like to 5 times a day on, I don't give a. I'm not going to judge you for it. That's just what you like to do. It's a hobby. Most guys.
That's Konnan's hobby.
So, right.
That's Konnan's hobby.
What's the problem?
Right.